Alright, so the champagne, we've got a lot to celebrate, guys. And the first message that's come out is red, stability foundations. Red for me is the root chakra. It's the part of ourselves that holds our ego very firmly inside. Our ego, our identity, who we believe ourselves to be. This stability and foundations, it's that as a collective now, you guys, you're working more from this place of stability foundations. You're working less from who you believe yourself to be, the belief system that you've walked with, and you're starting to question things, which means that there's been a lot of crumbling around people that are in here at the moment, a lot of things falling apart recently, over the last year, let's say. And now things are, you've laid that firm foundation now, so that as you're building on that firm foundation, it's strong, it's stable, there's nothing that's going to crumble from it, because you're a different person now. You're not the person you were. You are moving into a different part of yourself that is more open to change, that is more adaptable. It's very good, guys. Also, the color red, like the Indians, a few other people as well, they use red as their wedding color, it's their wedding gown, which is again a celebration. So we've got the champagne glass and we've got the color red, which is celebrate good times, come on. There's a lot of healers in here. Heal the world, make it a better place. For you and for me and the entire human race. That makes a lot of sense, because when you are creating firm foundations, when we are creating firm foundations for ourselves, or for the collective really it is, because we all experience it. When we are creating firm foundations, we are helping others to be able to heal as well, to be able to feel better, because as you are feeling better within yourself, you're radiating more light, and as you radiate more light, it means that the collective are now feeling that light. So healing the world makes a lot of sense with what I've already spoken about here, with the stability, the foundations, the celebrations. Healing the world, though, definitely tells me that there's a lot of healers in this group. And this is what we're moving into with these firm foundations. The iguana, life is about living. As Linda says, that the iguana plonks itself under sand and soaks up the sun. So we are connected to the sun energy, the vitamin D energy, which is all about feeling good. Yeah, we are in a more relaxed place, even if things are not going as we would want it to. There are still challenges that we're experiencing, which we should expect to experience, because they do help us to grow. We're still moving into the place of living, doing the things we enjoy, moving towards what feels good, not what doesn't feel good. We have the microphone. Speak up. Speak up is about expressing yourself more, being able to share your thoughts, share your opinions, being able to express yourself more to yourself as well. Be honest with yourself. What do you like? What don't you like? Because that's what helps with this stability and the foundations, the red, the ego self. When we're honest with ourselves, I don't like that. It means that you then will move away from that. But if you're not honest with yourself and you're like, well, it's all right, and I don't mind it, but you don't want to do it, then you're going to keep going back to that thing that doesn't make you feel good. Speaking up more is about being honest with yourself and using your voice to, either your inner voice within yourself or that voice to express yourself to others, but using it, not holding in what it is that you're feeling, thinking. Ooh. We have the name Jeremiah. It says box. So I'm taking that as a message of we are coming out of the box. We are no longer trapped in this box that we feel claustrophobic. This red stability foundations, that is a box. that is when we feel stuck. This Jeremiah box is that we are opening that box. We are spreading ourselves out. Being able to speak up more. Being able to live the life that you want to live. Being able to shine your light outside of that box. Not just in the box, but everywhere you go. Oh, there's a lot of ones here. We got the red for the stability foundations for me is the ace energy. We have the joker energy now, which again is a 1, which is again is the ego self. And it's a shift that's happened. You can see at the top of it, it says in control. At the bottom, it says controlling. So that is something that is being worked on. We can either gain control over the inside of ourselves, which is what this is saying. We're coming out of the box. We're gaining that control of ourselves. We're gaining control of our voice. We're gaining control of doing the things we enjoy. We're gaining control of the light that is within us. Or we can be controlling of the physical world. One will get you everywhere, one will get you nowhere. When we want to control the physical world around us, it doesn't accomplish anything because we can't control the physical world around us. What controls the physical world around us is what is going on inside of ourselves, in control. What you feel inside of you, the universe, your physical world is showing you the expression of. So when you feel good inside, your physical world will look good. When you don't feel good inside, your physical world will not look good. So this is about moving into this place of being in control of your environment and letting go of wanting to fix things outside of yourself, because there is nothing you can fix outside of yourself. There's only your perception of what you're experiencing. So the more you work with the perception that you are shining light, that you are in control, you are in peace, you are in calm, you are in stability, you are in firm foundations, you are not wanting to fix yourself into this box, the more free you feel, the less controlling you would need to be. Ooh, nice. We have the number 9. The number 9 is that emotional bag that we've been carrying, the trauma bag, is being let go of. Which is why these ones are able to be worked on, because when we let go of that trauma bag, when we let go of all of those emotions, the hurt, the pain, the dishonesty, the lack of commitment from whatever it is that we've been experiencing in our world, when we let go of that, what the 9 represents is opportunities. I like it as well, is opportunities. So when we let go of that bag, which is what is saying here, heal the world, is you healing, the stabilities is healing, the being in control of yourself is healing. There's a lot of healing going on here. So the 9 is you moving into the opportunities rather than holding on to what you've had previously, the mindset that you've had previously with all of the emotions attached to it. You're now letting them go. I think of the 9 as like an autumn tree that is letting go of all of its leaves, so that when spring comes, it's able to create all these new buds that come out of the tree for spring. And that's what the 9 is. You're letting go of what has been and you're entertaining what could be. Champagne, we're ready to celebrate good times. Come on. This is the box. It says 12. 12 is a 3. I'm going to put that there because it does have a 1 again. Let's move them up. So 12 is another 1 that we're talking about, because it has the 1 at the beginning of the 12. So the 12 is... The 12 for me would be the king energy. That's the one that I associate the most with the number 3, the king energy. The king energy is, it's like this speak up. We don't speak up because we're worried about what people will say. We don't speak up because they might think we're crazy. We don't speak up because they might think we're weird or we're odd, or it's like the speaking up is that there needs to be this trust within yourself without worrying about what other people think around you, know. The king energy One version of the king energy is hiding. The other version of the king energy is sharing. So if you're sharing, you're speaking up more. If you're hiding, then you're not going to be speaking up. It falls well in line with this speak up more. It also falls in line with the box, because the number 3 itself is, well, let me do the 2 actually before I go to the 3. So the king is the sharing or hiding. These are dualities of it. Either you're sharing yourself because you trust yourself, or you're hiding yourself because you don't trust yourself. It's all about your intuition, your wisdom, and sharing your wisdom as well. The 2 is a message of love is all around. So it's this message of, from lower frequency, it would be that you feel like the victim. Why did this happen to me? And why do these things keep happening to me? And why do I keep going through this? This is letting go of that 9 bag. It's holding on to that 9 bag rather. Why does this keep happening to me? Why do people keep cheating on me? Why do people keep lying to me? Why does this keep happening to me? What's wrong with me? Why do I keep experiencing this? It's a feeling of being withdrawn, unloved, unsupported, which falls in line with the 9. In higher frequency, the 2 is a connection to source energy, that there is this love all around you. You feel like you are love. You're connected to love. You enjoy the synchronicities that you experience. There's so many different synchronicities, number synchronicities that you can be experiencing, 1212, whatever it is, 13, 31, however it comes. It could be that you keep seeing an animal. It could be that you keep smelling something. You hear something. Something keeps falling off the cupboard. It's the synchronicities and trusting in what you feel. Trusting the king energy. Trusting in what you feel intuitively is the truth. So when you trust in what you feel with the king energy, and you trust the synchronicities that come, synchronicities for me are like, let's say, this is some of the way that synchronicities can come out, and they help us to understand what we're creating and how we're creating, what we're putting energy into. When we are putting energy into something, the universe will always show it to us. So let's say, for example, you saw a car and you were like, oh, that's a nice car. I like that car. What? That's a nice car. Then what happens? You see it everywhere around you. So this is the universe showing you what you've put energy into. And not only is it showing you what you've put energy into, but it's also showing you, I heard you. I know what you want, I can see it, and as long as we're not resistant towards receiving it, so we don't start worrying about if it's going to come, how it's going to come, but we just simply enjoy the idea of it, it will come. But it's staying out of our own way to allow it to come. That's the 2 energy as well. So the 12 is the 3. The 3 is about being authentic to self. So somebody that isn't being authentic to self is in that box. They're not going to be trusting themselves. They are going to be controlling because they need everybody to like them. They want everybody to like them. It's like, you don't want to be different. You don't want to be unique. You don't want people to be like, she's weird. She dresses weird. She talks weird. She's just a weirdo. For me, weirdos are the best thing ever, because it means that you're being authentic to self. We're meant to be different. We're all connected, but we all have something different about us. And that difference is our gift. That difference is, we see something slightly different. We feel about something slightly different. We appreciate things slightly different. And that difference, it helps us to grow, because through that person's perspective, you now see something in slightly a different way if you're open to it, which means that we then grow. We each become someone slightly different ourselves because of that difference. So the 3 is like, exactly, Linda, you want to be approved of people. So you have groups of friends, and you might not necessarily even fit in with this group of friends. You always feel like the odd one out. I don't really fit in. I do feel a bit odd. I don't really know what's wrong with me. It's like wearing a mask for people. so that you fit into this group. And the idea of being your authentic self is terrifying, because will people like you? Will people appreciate you? And the fear of them not liking you or appreciating you or approving of you means that you'd rather stay in the box to how society believes you should be, rather than coming out of that box. So this is showing me with the red stability foundations that you are working on changing who you believe yourself to be. The Joker shows me that you're becoming less controlling of your physical world and working more from the inner world. And the 12 is showing me that you're working on taking this mask off and becoming more authentic to self, so that you're able to bring in your soul tribe and not just any random person that you want to like you. But you're actually focusing on bringing people in that you don't have to wear a mask over. You can be authentic to self. You can be yourself without worrying about somebody judging you. You can trust yourself with the King energy. Exactly. You can let them go. You can let them go. You don't have to hold on to the idea of being accepted anymore. You can simply choose to accept yourself, and from accepting yourself you will attract people that accept you for being who you are. I am peaceful. Exactly. When you're your authentic self, that's where you move into a place that you're able to be peaceful. It's an affirmation to use. I am peaceful, because it's not necessarily the easiest thing to become authentic self. So there will be times that you do struggle with this. You will move to lower frequency. I'm not supported. I'm not loved. Remind yourself that the universe is supporting you constantly. The things that you think about, you're being shown. You can see your creations as you're walking through life, because the universe is constantly showing you what you're creating by the things that it's showing you are coming on your path. I feel good. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I knew that I would now. For those of you that have lost a parent, this is a parent type figure. So it's not necessarily a parent, but it is a parent type figure. If you have a parent that's passed, then it's relevant. If it's not a parent, it could be, for example, a grandparent. If you were brought up in a house with your grandparents, then it could be a grandparent. It's a parent type figure. We have let them go. We have let it all out. We have the 9, which I said is about letting go of that trauma bag. It's a lot of letting go here, guys. This is like moving into a rebirth, proper rebirth. This is proper changes coming along, and it's only coming along because of the work that you guys are doing. Otherwise it wouldn't come along. You guys are doing an amazing celebration. One come out. It's like a 9 again, isn't it? We have the letter P. You can put that as peaceful, perspective, perseverance, patience. P, potential, prosperity. We've got positivity. Nice one, Alexa. We've got a P, and then we've got rethink. Rethink for me is about, I saw the P once I opened the rethink. I saw the P as perspective. The rethink is about bringing yourself to that perspective that brings about the positivity, the potential, the perseverance, the patience, all of those great P words. Rethink. Rethink is also about questioning everything, because at the moment this is a big change that's going on. This is a lot of your ego selves. Ego selves for me are the Ace, the 10, the Jack, the Queen, the King and the Joker. 6 versions of self we have that this is working on. At least 3 at this moment. At least 3, because I've not opened all of them. So at least 3. And that's work in itself. Dealing with one of them is work. Dealing with 3 of them is a lot of work. So rethink is question everything. When you feel like everything's crumbling, rethink about it, question it. Is it really crumbling, or is it coming apart for it to be able to become firmer? Is it showing you that that wasn't stable, that wasn't something that was ever going to be lasting, and now you get the opportunity to create something stable? With the rethink, with the Joker, it's am I wanting, is the question, am I wanting control over my physical world, or am I actually putting the energy into myself? Am I really thinking about how this is affecting me and dealing with my own energy and learning how to shift it, rather than wanting to fix somebody else, fix a situation outside of myself? Am I putting that energy into myself? And the 3, the 12 with the 13 with the rethink would be, am I putting myself back into that box? Are these masks coming back on? Or am I allowing myself to be open and trusting myself, trusting the inspiration that comes through me? Or am I still wanting to do what everybody else wants me to do? Pen. Pen is about creating for me. It could be also writing a book. So those of you that have thought about writing a book, it has come out under 12 is there, which is 3. 3 for me is creative genius. It's following inspiration. So maybe you have been inspired to write a book or to journal, but you've been putting yourself off it. This is the confirmation that yes, this is something to walk towards. Pen is also about creating, though, for me. It's not just about creating writing, but it's about creating. When you put something down on a piece of paper, you're casting a spell. You're spelling no on that piece of paper. You're casting a spell into your life. What is it that you're bringing into your life? And we've got the iguana, life is about living as well. That is part of that. We've got rethink as well. That is part of that same 10. That same pen, sorry. Let me move this down so you can see it. That's the pen. We got the 12, the life is about living, and the rethink, which is kind of boxing it in. So the 12, be creative, follow your creative inspirations. Life is about living. When you're writing down the things that you want, what is it that you're creating from them? Let it be life that you're creating from them. Creative inspiration, not fearful inspiration. We have the name Tristan, train, streetcar. Streetcar. This is kind of like showing me, because a train and a streetcar, they go along lines, don't they? They have a path. So this is kind of like showing me that there is this path that you're following. It's definitely a healing path, a spiritual path, a path that you are reevaluating yourself, a path that you are, tracks. A path that you are getting to know yourself more, that you're putting yourself first more, that the way that you feel is more relevant than how you've treated yourself before. I feel like it's like a spiritual path. And there's movement as well. A train and a streetcar, they're moving along these tracks. So there is movement on this spiritual path that you're moving along, creating all these changes. Ooh, beautiful. We have Lauryn Hill, Zion. It's a song from Lauryn Hill. Let me clear my throat. There's one particular part of this song that I always connect to within the readings. And it says, unsure what the balance held, I touched my belly overwhelmed by what I had been chosen to perform. Then an angel came one day, told me to kneel down and pray, for unto me a man-child would be born. Though this crazy circumstance, I knew this life deserved a chance, but everybody told me to be smart. Look at your career, they said, Lauren, baby, use your head. But instead I chose to use my heart. Now the joy of my world is in Zion. Zion was her son, is her son. And basically the song is about, she got pregnant and everybody told her that she should be smart. She should use her head and she shouldn't have this child. But for her, she chose to use her heart. She chose to work from a place of love and not fear. And that's what this is, everything about this is about, isn't it? The Rethink Even. It's about using your heart, working from a place of peace, a place of love with the two, a place of letting go what you don't need anymore, and knowing that everything that you're doing is working from a place of love and not fear. We have the name Malcolm. Spend time with people that encourage you. Time with people that encourage you, especially your not just with people outside of you. Like this, there's a lot of let go of people. No, let go, let it all out. The 9 with the autumn leaves falling off, the box. There's this whole thing within this reading of moving towards people that enjoy you for your authentic self and not the version of you that you have chosen to be so far. I also see it as the Jack energy. Instead of spending so much time with your ego self, the Jack, know your worth, the inner bully, spend time with the cheerleader version of self rather than the inner bully version of self. Again, with the Rethink. Let go of the bully version, the child version of yourself that feels that they were bullied and then they became the bully towards themselves. Let that go. Let that be some of the leaves that fall off of you, or all of the leaves that fall off you, and become that encouraging version of yourself, not only to other people but towards yourself. Believe in yourself. Exactly. Believe in yourself. So we had a parent type figure here, and now we have a grandfather. A grandfather figure that is with you, guiding you, protecting you. Still a lot of males around, aren't there? And we also have a lady that is around. Josephine, it says, a petite lady. So there is also a lady. It could be a parent, it could be a neighbour, it could be your grandparent, it could be anybody, but it would be a petite lady, a small lady. So we have a parent type figure, a grandfather figure, and a petite lady figure. The petite lady figure could be the Hazel, the parent figure that come through. They could be one person, they could be 2 people. It's however it relates to you. This is a beautiful reading, guys. This is so much change. It's so much, you're doing a lot of work. And I know some of you might be like, I could be doing better. There's a lot of work that you guys are doing. And I know as we're doing work, we can feel like you have your objective of who you want to be. And you haven't reached that objective yet. So you feel that you've not done enough. You feel that you could be doing more. You say things like, I'm trying to do my best, and it feels like you're not doing your best. And when you get into low frequency, it's like, why am I back here? I've gone backwards again. I shouldn't be here. I should be doing better than I'm doing, and I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I need to do to get to here. And this is showing very clearly that you are on the path of getting to here. You're doing better than you imagine yourself to be doing. You're doing a whole heap better than you're probably giving yourself credit for doing. Make sure you're giving yourself the validation that you require to be able to give yourself that encouragement, to believe in what you're doing, to believe in how you're moving, and to trust in what you're doing. Trust that everything that you're doing is one step closer. Even when you end up back in lower frequency, that's just to remind you of where you've come from, and to remind you of the job that you're doing, because you're not in that every day. You're very rarely in that now. Maybe you might have a week of it, or you may even have a couple of weeks of it. It doesn't matter how long you have of this lower frequency place. most of the time you're doing your best to work from this higher frequency place. So when you end up here, remind yourself that, wow, I'm doing a really good job of, you're not still trying, you're doing, Pam. You're doing, you're not trying. Like I just said, trying is like, I wish I was more here, but I tend to spend more time here. I wish I was here, but I keep going back to this place. I really want to be here, but I don't end up being there as much as I want, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and I don't know why I can't stay here, but I keep ending up back here. This place is just simply to remind you how far you've come. The fact that before you would have been here consistently, this would have been your default. Now this is not so much your default. You're doing a lot of work that even if you're divided between the two, it's still better than being here 100% of the time. So regardless of how much time you're spending here, you know this place now. You know this higher frequency place. You know what it feels like to be in this place. And the fact that you know what it feels like to be in this place means that you've done a lot of work to get yourself out of this place 100% of the time. So well done, you guys. Well done, us. Well done.